17 plus AAA game titles. Did I make any games before? No. Was I into entertainment industry? Kind of. I used to work for Trek TV. I was very much into tech, and before that, I was in Europe working for a healthcare company to ship some boring software. So I realized that I should go into the gaming industry or entertainment industry to make use of the talent that I have and how I can change the industry spectrum and provide new ways of how we can play games. Started off at Rec TV. My first technology that I worked with was the real-time streaming of live games onto your mobile devices. Rec TV was one of the first players to do it using the NFL Sunday Ticket. Now you all can watch live games on your phones. And then I started off with EA, where my first game was Harry Potter. Um, and I did make some of my own games as well. Thanks to EA, actually, that allowed me to do. And one of my favorite games was Llamas in Pajamas. I love llamas, they're very cute, but when they wear pajamas and they're colorful, they're more cute. With Twitch, right now, I am heavily involved into a new product which is called Twitch Sings. I have invested a lot of time in developing that product. It's around karaoke, singing duets, and sharing with people on the Twitch community. And we have been seeing lot of press for that, lot of interest in that. And we are gonna be heavy on that in next month, Berlin TwitchCon EU. In case if you guys following it, it's gonna be there.
So obviously you've been a part of and a lead of launching a lot of different new technologies. In your opinion, is it more important to have that technology like functionality there, or is it more important to have cultural adoption?
That's a good question. So I'll raise an example with that. Back in like 2014, we had a technology where you can stream live games to your set-top boxes, and you can use your cell phone and iPads as controllers. We had a big issues with net neutrality. Government was changing, so the adoption became really hard. But the technology is great because you can literally have Netflix for games, and you can subscribe to it, and you can play anywhere you want just with the internet connection. So people are still investigating that technology. The adoption was not there, but technology was really.
Very cool. Do you see some of the same kind of obstacles that you saw in TV now affecting gaming streaming?
I can talk to some of those. Yes, definitely there are obstacles because the goal is to reach global. We encourage so much of content, so much of creativity, not only within states but outside as well. Transporting those materials over the technology spectrum is very, very hard, especially when you have to deal with different data laws, different streaming laws, different internet laws. It becomes a challenge. But the goal is to drive creativity using the young and energetic mind, and I think we can make it happen.
And as games are kind of trying to get into TV, do you feel like any traditional TV might come into streaming?
If you can still play Smash Bros on CRT, I think that may be one of the things to do. We do have CRT TVs at Twitch right now still where we go and play Smash Bros because we can't stream them on any of the devices. But yeah.
And streaming services like Twitch are transforming viewership into interactive spectatorship. What does that mean for the future of entertainment and how we connect with each other?
So that's one of the reasons also the new music product or music, I will say, leisure that's launched within the Twitch, because Twitch has been known for gaming and one sort of aspect. We introduced music as a part of interactivity where people can interact, people can vote for songs, people can cheer each other, people can ovate, people can praise, and people can also sing with each other. You know, I have came across so many people who are not streamers, but who are really good singers who have actually adopted to that platform. And that opened up new eyes and gave new people avenue that, hey, yes, we can do it. You know, I'm a bad singer, but at least I can try. But there are so many good singers that can try that new platform and get more and more engaging. So interactivity is a really big thing in this.
Yeah, so I think one of the things that people remember the most was when Twitch first had like Twitch Plays. It was like the community would play like Pokemon or like very old games together, and as a group they would make decisions, and Twitch Things is just another like level of interactivity. And what are some kind of the interesting social phenomenons you guys have like kind of observed when you guys allow for this type of interaction?
We try to, there are a couple of factors that go into this. One is that we have to make sure that the community is very safe, because interactivity does come with responsibilities, where we want to make sure that we are playing the safe game, people are feeling encouraged, they are not stepping themselves back, and their revenue and avenues to grow more in terms of talent and in terms of more space. So we introduced subs and gifting, which was one of the parts of interactivity. It was just mind blowing for people, and even for us. We didn't realize that it was going to be such a big thing, and people really, really loved it. So we try to experiment with ideas where we can have a balance and also be responsible for where we want to go.
And how did you guys kind of expect when you first pushed out like sub buttons and how like it would work? Because originally the service is like free, and did you guys expect like so many people to start just adopting like subs to support their favorite creators?
Not really. We basically, the whole goal around any new feature that we want to drive interactivity is adoption. Even with the syncs, the throughout the discussions I have had, and through the foundation of the time, we have been focused on interaction and how we can make that the experience is engaging and how we can drive interactivity on that. So every single product we try to launch, the focus is on engagement. Make sure that works. Make sure people adopt. Make sure people feel safe, and it is a part of the company.
And how do you guys maybe test like these new features, since you can't do kind of like a beta without people like knowing too much?
That's true. We try to reach out to streamers who are our favorites or who we think can be a really good choice. There was a case where we sent out a special invite to a streamer, I won't take a name, and that streamer did the invite for somebody else. And that person did really well on this new product that we were about to launch. And we were like, you really can't do that. But it was such a good effect that the referral went through, and it gave such a big impact to the Twitch and the community. So we love that. So
And what would you say are kind of the biggest differences between working like at streaming service at Twitch and then also like with a game developer like EA?
Oh, that's a tough question. Game development is hard. It's all about entertainment. You can entertain someone from a very simple mobile game, or you can actually bore someone with a very high-fledged PC or a Mac game. Streaming services is a platform where you can bring people together to interact, but game is all about content creation on how you can drive that engagement, and that is very, very challenging. I'm getting old, so I don't think so I'm capable of doing that anymore. But looking at you guys, you have so many brilliant ideas that you can come up with. So I will actually give a tip. If you have something in your mind that you can impress yourself, go do it. Because if you can impress yourself, you can impress anybody else in the room.
And kind of speaking to that, like, game developers have to find something that entertains people. What is the balance between like creativity or like just ingenuity and data, and like how do you balance that?
I'll say when I started doing game development, there was nothing. The cloud really didn't even exist. Companies were providing support, but it was not there. Today, you have a lot of those. You have Unity, you have Unreal, you have so many different services that are out there, which makes game development super easy and super convenient to do. And content creation and distribution is super, super easy. I'll say that still the key portion lies in the creativity. If you focus on that, that can be the key to success. The rest of the stuff is very easy to do.
I think we're almost out of time. So last question that we have for you is just how do you continue to challenge yourself like in every position? What kind of goals do you set for yourself, and how do you continue to go forward?
My biggest goal is to drive diversity and inclusion in this industry. I have seen it a lot even since EA times that a lot of people have actually told me that this industry is very one gender driven, and we don't really encourage, or people don't get encouragement to try it out. There are a few steps I've taken at my career. One step is at EA we did a program called Pathfinder Internship Program where we encourage students from freshman year to come in and work with us to see how it is to be in the gaming industry. A couple of students actually from Cal BCEC group I took. Sherry has been one of the people from that group as well. And the second thing, the similar thing I'm trying to do at Twitch on how with different products we can encourage that. I'm hosting Girls in Gaming group on Friday at Twitch to have them try out completely new thing that we are going to be launching to just give them first experience and see how this industry is not just one gender, it's more than that. So welcoming everybody, and that's my goal.
Thank you so much, Randeep.
Yeah.